What's up guys, my name is Zach, and in this video I am going to show you how I invest my money at 23 years old. Spoiler alert, I'm not a millionaire just yet, but using these principles, it's just a matter of time. I keep it really simple, and right now I'm using two apps to invest my money. One is Wealthfront, and the other is Webull. Now we're gonna head over to my computer so I can give you a full walkthrough. A big goal of mine for 2020 is to invest in real estate property, and I don't want to preemptively put all my money into a property without really knowing what I'm getting myself into, so I am learning every single day. And while I continue learning and search for a deal, I wanted to have my money at least be doing some work for me, so right now it's held in mostly equities. Here is my Wealthfront dashboard, and I wanted to just give you a little bit of a background about what Wealthfront is and why I chose Wealthfront. Wealthfront is an amazing investing platform that automatically smashes the like button, invests your money for you using a preset risk tolerance that you can change anytime. There's many reasons why I love Wealthfront. First of all, you can plug in all your accounts so that you can see everything from one place. It also shows your net worth and projected net worth on the graph up top, as you can see here. That I'm starting at 23 and consistently depositing money, so it shows that if I waited until age 65, I would have a net worth of $3.5 million just by starting now. Of course, I plan on having a successful business way before then, but it's relieving to see that if I stayed working full time, I would be okay either way. As you can see, I have a net worth of $10,000, and while that's very small, and the reason for that is because I have a lot of student loan debt for my computer science degree. Up until last week, I had around $23,000 in my emergency fund, which is around 6 full months of my personal expenses. This is growing at a rate of 1.78%, which is really good for a savings account, and that's another option you have here at Wealthfront. And it's FDIC insured up to $1 million. But when I was in Las Vegas, Kevin, who is formerly known as Meet Kevin here on YouTube, gave me advice that having anything over $10,000 in your emergency fund is really an overkill, and I should be investing the difference, especially because I'm single and I really don't have any liabilities that would deem it necessary for me to have any more money. So I ended up sending $13,000 more into my personal investment account. And as you can see now in my investments, I have around $43,000 invested as of March 3rd, and this is actually right after the market recovered a little bit from last week's dip. And that breaks down into $26,501 here and around $16,000 in my stock plan for my day job. Now we're gonna dive a little bit deeper into the investment account here. So the way Wealthfront works is you set a risk score or risk tolerance, and then from that, it automatically invests your money into equities and spreads it out so that you grow at the risk ratio. And I have it set to max. Since I'm only 23 years old, I can afford to have risk. As you can see, the spread is 35% US stocks, 31% foreign stocks, 20% emerging markets, which is probably because of my risk score, 10% dividends, 4% bonds, and the reason it has $300 in cash is because I just had a deposit come in today that it will be investing later this day. And I just wanted to segue into that by showing you that every single 2 weeks from my checking account, I automatically have $250 being sent into my account, which is how I implement dollar cost averaging. Soon, I plan on upping these transfers to $500 per deposit. And I try my best not to pay attention to what is happening day to day in the market so that I do not react emotionally, but rather invest consistently over the long term. Another really cool feature that I was just introduced to is that once you hit $25,000 of invested money, you have access to what's called a portfolio line of credit, which means that in case you do need to use and access some of this money, you don't actually hit your invested assets, but Wealthfront will give you a loan at a fairly cheap interest rate of only 5%, and I have $7,600 I can borrow and then just pay back to Wealthfront rather than to take my money out because that's a taxable event. And as far as taxes are concerned, Wealthfront actually has this thing called tax-less harvesting, which is really cool because whenever there are losses, such as what happened last week, it uses these to your advantage by helping cut your taxes in the long run, because at the end of the year, you have to show how much money you got in net gains. And by showing that you've lost money, it helps you reduce the amount of taxes you owe. I do want to mention a little bit about what are my goals now that you've seen what I currently have here. I did mention beforehand that I will be using some of this balance over here as a down payment for a real estate property later in the year. My first goal is to have more money in investments than debt owed. And you can see I'm at $43,000 in investments, and I have around $45,000 in liabilities. And these are all my student loans and also credit card bills, which are about $0 right now. But mostly student loans, I have around $45,000 left. And I do want to mention that I am paying these down at around $400 per month consistently, and this will be paid off by the time I'm 30. And I'm not really on a rush because I don't have any interest rates that are that crazy. They're all around 4% or less. And you can see that I will be hitting that goal very soon, especially because in April, I will be getting a bonus from my employer, and I plan on putting all of that into my investment account, and that's going to really kick me over the edge for that first investment goal. And my next big investment goal is to have 1 year's salary invested, which equates to $100,000. When this number turns into $100,000, I am going to feel really great because that means I'm off to a really good head start. And I plan on doing this within 3 years. And I think that that's very achievable, especially when YouTube takes off. I don't plan on spending that money on Lamborghinis, but rather put as much money aside to invest in the long term. One little quick tidbit here is that I did plug in all my accounts, so you really do see everything that I have in my, I have a little bit of Bitcoin over here, but honestly, it's just, this is all profit. Back in 2014, I made like 4 or 5 grand, and then I pulled out all my initial investments, so I just kept the profit in there, and that's around $860. But the cool point of this, the reason I wanted to show you this, is that you can see all your assets and all your liabilities in one place, and it all updates frequently, so you don't have to log into all your other bank accounts to see your information. And it shows you what your net worth is, which is very powerful because once you see a positive number, considering I'm 23 years old and I just got out of college, to have a positive net worth is something that I'm really proud of. And it's going to go very negative pretty soon because I'm about to get a mortgage, but that's the name of the game. I'm not afraid of having debt as long as the debt is making me money. The second thing I love about Wealthfront is just how cheap it is. They charge an annual advisory fee of only 0.25%. And according to Wall Street Journal, most ETFs carry an expense ratio, or their advisory fee is around 0.44%. So they're not too expensive, but Wealthfront is still much cheaper. But here's a hack to not pay anything for Wealthfront. Through their referral program, every person you get to sign up for you gives you $5,000 managed permanently for free. And as you can see, I've already accumulated $25,000 in assets managed for free. What's really cool though is if you guys use my link, which I will provide you in the description, and you guys should, you will get a head start at starting at $5,000 managed for free. And then from that point, you just get your friends to hop in the boat. And if you don't want to sell them on this, just show them this video and that should do the trick. This is so much smarter than just keeping your money in a checking account or a standard savings account where you're losing money to inflation. And as you could see, like the market did tank a little bit last week, but it's back up. And over the long term, you're going to get profits. See, I started my investing journey really in 2017, and I didn't start putting a significant amount of money until 2019 when I really started getting serious about investing. And I'm 23 right now, but if you're watching this and you're younger than me, then it's really important that you take this seriously, because when you guys are thinking about retirement, you need to have money saved. Life isn't just about making a ton of money, but it's how you save and invest it that will determine your financial future. Something I started doing recently is picking stocks manually. And while Wealthfront is a great tool to automatically invest your money using a preset risk tolerance, I just felt like it would be fun to learn how to build my own stock portfolio of manual stocks, especially dividend stocks. Trading stocks manually also allows you to purchase stocks in companies that you believe in, and that way you can have more of a personal portfolio versus just having something that's automatically invested as well. And to do that, I use an app called Webull. I just got this app and deposited only $100 just so I could start to play around with it, but I plan on putting a lot more money into this, especially when I hit my investing goals of having more assets and liabilities. I'm going to use Webull a lot more to grow my portfolio. And for that, we're gonna dive on my phone. As you can see, my net account value is very small. It's only $1.30. Let me explain that. So I just did get this app, and you can see that there is an incoming deposit of $100, and I did that so I can get my free stock. I believe when I opened this account from my link, I only got one free stock. As you can see, if you hit menu, you can hit my free stock, and you'll see that I got pretty unlucky with my stock, but it's like, you know, you can get very high stocks, I think valued up to $1,400, and I got this one. I'm trying to figure out exactly how to allocate it to my portfolio. But what's really cool about Webull is that you can open what's called a margin account, and with margin accounts, you can start to put your money in the market before your bank account actually fulfills the deposit. And you can see that my deposit hasn't hit my Webull account yet, but I was allotted a buying power of $100. So what I did was I bought 2 stocks in AT&T, and I know AT&T is a high-yielding dividend stock, so I bought that for $37 each. And that's not with my money. In fact, it's with Webull's money, but they know that because I have money coming in, they allotted me that $100 right now, which is very powerful. If you want to buy some stocks right away, then you can do that with this app. And after I hit those investing goals, I'm going to be putting like a couple $1,000s in here so I can buy a more renowned portfolio, and then I will show you that as an update video. If you hit markets down here, it's really awesome because you can see different investing sectors depending on what you're into. If you're into the environment, you can see the different top stocks in that environment, and the environmental stocks are doing very well right now. You could use security and see the different security stocks, which I'm working in cybersecurity as my day job, cloud computing, etc. And you can go and obviously you can search specific stocks if you have anything in mind. But this allows you to get used to investing, to buy stocks, and to do things on your own. You're getting your hands dirty, and while you might not make a lot of money in the short term with this, it's getting your mindset into where you should be buying assets and not liabilities with your money. You shouldn't be going out and buying the latest iPhone, but rather take that money and buy an asset that's going to grow, that's going to help you retire. Now, Webull is very similar to Robinhood, and the reason I chose Webull was because it gave me a free stock. But what's awesome right now is for this entire month of March, they actually have a free stock bonus, and I'm sure you guys have seen other personal finance videos where you get 2 free stocks, which is incredible. But right now, if you guys use my link, you get 3 free stocks. So I just wanted to show you that from February 20th to March 31st. So if you guys want to get on your manual investing journey, then I do recommend, I'm going to share this link with you so that you guys get 3 free stocks. And it looks like the terms here are very flexible too. As you can see, you'll be able to claim your 2 free stocks after you deposit any amount into your brokerage account, and then the other one will just come in 2 trading days after that. So you don't even have to invest $100. You could just invest anything, and then you're gonna get 3 free stocks. I really don't think there's a lose to that situation. What you can always do is just sell this off and close the account if you really don't want to use this app, but that's free money on the table. I think you guys should definitely sign up. So I was just about finished editing this video when I realized that the 3 free stocks offer was just for me and not for you. However, you still have available to you the 2 free stocks offer that I will include in the description. I wanted to keep that in here and not cut it out just to show you that just like Wealthfront, where you can get like assets managed for free if you just refer friends. If you refer friends, then you can get 3 free stocks per person you refer. This is an incredible opportunity for you, and I think that you really should get on the boat and get all your friends investing, because that's really what's important, and not just the 3 stocks. The 3 stocks are just to incentivize you to get started. But that's essentially my portfolio right now. It's not too complicated, as you can see. I do plan on diversifying in real estate down the line just so I can grow this. You know, I'm not one of those crazy gurus that has millions of dollars in their portfolio 23, but this is where I'm at, this is where I'm going. The most important recommendation I can give you though is to start now, to start as early as possible so you can take advantage of that sweet, sweet compound interest. If you guys like this video, then please do me the honor of smashing the like button for the YouTube algorithm. And if you guys are new here, then please feel free to subscribe. To all my new and to all my old subscribers, if you could just take a second to switch your notification bell to all. I noticed that only 55 of you have done that, and that's the only way you're gonna see when I release a new video. Just a reminder that both the links to Wealthfront and Webull will be in the description below. Wealthfront will give you $5,000 managed for free, and Webull will give you those 2 free stocks. Have an amazing day, and as always, see you in the next video.